We often hear about the idea of the chosen ones. You might have felt it yourself, that pull, that sense of being different, of having a purpose that's beyond the ordinary. You sense that you're here to do something incredible, something that bends the limits of what most people think is possible. The term chosen ones isn't about some external force selecting you. It's about the deep inner knowing that you were born for something more, that your potential is limitless. But here's the thing, with great power comes great responsibility. And when it comes to bending reality, especially bending it too fast, there are real dangers involved that many don't fully understand. Let's start by acknowledging something important. Reality doesn't bend easily. The rules it operates under, the limitations we feel, are there for a reason. If you're a chosen one, you already know that those rules can be pushed, expanded, and even broken. But why would bending reality too fast be dangerous? Why shouldn't we rush into it if we have the power to do so? The answer lies in understanding what reality truly is and how it interacts with our consciousness. Reality isn't just a set of physical laws. It's a complex web of energy, intentions, and balance. Every thought, every action, every intention you send out into the world creates a ripple effect. And when you try to bend reality, especially in a significant way, you're essentially manipulating that web. You're pulling strings that are connected to other strings, and sometimes, when you pull too hard or too fast, you can cause a collapse in your own energetic stability.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
I want you to think about this. If you had the ability to instantly manifest everything you wanted, would you truly be able to handle the consequences of those manifestations? It's easy to say yes when you're imagining the perfect life, the wealth, the relationships, the freedom. But what about the subtle, unseen consequences? What about the energetic price you pay for bending reality too quickly? Imagine bending reality like rewiring a complex system. If you pull too many wires without care, you might spark a short circuit. You might lose control over the very thing you're trying to change. This happens in life too. When you try to force massive shifts too quickly, without the inner stability to handle them, you can experience what I call energetic whiplash. This happens when the external reality shifts so fast that your internal self, the frequency of your mind, body, and spirit, can't catch up. Let me ask you this: have you ever gotten exactly what you wanted, only to feel overwhelmed or lost once you had it? That's a sign that your inner alignment wasn't ready for the external shift. This is why patience is so crucial. The universe isn't denying you what you want. It's making sure that you're energetically ready for it. When we talk about bending reality, it's not just about manifesting wealth or success. It's about the subtle nuances that come with those things. If you bend reality to bring wealth into your life, but you're not emotionally prepared to handle it, it can create new problems. Maybe you'll develop anxiety, or maybe relationships around you will crumble because you're not grounded enough to manage the shift. The universe is wise, and it knows when you're truly ready. If you push too fast, you disrupt the natural flow of growth. This brings us to another point. You, as a chosen one, are constantly evolving. Bending reality isn't just about snapping your fingers and suddenly everything is different. It's about growing into the kind of person who can effortlessly exist in the new reality you're creating. You need a solid foundation. You need the emotional, spiritual, and mental stability to handle the new experiences, the new energy that comes with those shifts. Think of reality like a river. If you try to change the direction of the river too abruptly, it creates turbulence. But if you guide the flow, slowly adjusting its course, you can steer it in a new direction without creating chaos. The danger comes when you try to force reality to change too quickly, without understanding the consequences of those changes on your internal world. Let's reflect for a moment. Why do you want to bend reality so fast? Is it because you're impatient? Because you feel like time is running out? Or because you're trying to escape something in your current life? Often, the desire to bend reality quickly comes from a place of fear or lack. We want to escape our current circumstances, so we push for quick change. But bending reality from a place of fear or lack doesn't lead to true transformation. It leads to more chaos, more instability. The truth is, the universe operates in perfect timing. Sometimes, what feels like a delay in manifesting the life you want is actually the universe protecting you. It's giving you time to evolve, to grow, to become the person who can truly handle the reality you're trying to create. This is why rushing into bending reality can be dangerous. You bypass the growth that's necessary to sustain the new reality. Let me leave you with this thought for now. What if the key to bending reality isn't about speed, but about alignment? What if, instead of trying to force things to happen quickly, you focused on becoming the person who naturally attracts the reality you desire without needing to push or manipulate the process? Now that we've touched on the idea of energetic whiplash and why rushing to bend reality can be dangerous, let's dive deeper into a concept that may seem paradoxical at first. Slowing down can actually speed up your reality shift. Imagine this: you're driving a car on a winding mountain road. The faster you go, the more dangerous it becomes. But if you slow down, you can navigate the curves with precision and reach your destination more safely and smoothly. Life and reality work in much the same way. When you try to bend reality too fast, you often end up missing the subtle but crucial turns on your path. You might even crash into obstacles you didn't see coming. But when you slow down, you not only see the path more clearly, you also give yourself the space to adjust, to align, and to grow into the person who is truly ready to handle the new reality you're creating. Let me ask you, what's the rush? Why are you in such a hurry to change everything? Often the desire to bend reality quickly comes from a belief that where we are right now isn't good enough. We think that once we have that new job, that relationship, that bank account balance, then we'll feel fulfilled. But here's a profound truth: if you're not at peace with where you are, you won't be at peace with where you're going. The external reality may change, but your internal state will follow you wherever you go. If you're rushing to escape your current life, you're likely to carry that same energy of dissatisfaction into the new reality you're trying to create. This is why patience is a superpower when it comes to bending reality. Patience allows you to stay grounded in the process. It allows you to enjoy the journey, to learn the lessons that are being offered to you in the present moment. And here's the paradox: when you stop rushing, things actually start to happen faster. This isn't about giving up on your dreams or settling for less. It's about trusting that the universe is working on your behalf, even when things seem to be moving slowly. Let's talk about this idea of trust, because it's central to everything we're discussing. If you don't trust the process, you will always feel the need to rush. You will always feel like you need to control every step, to force things to happen on your timeline. But that's not how true reality bending works. True reality bending happens when you're in harmony with the flow of the universe, when your inner world is aligned with the timing and rhythm of the greater whole. Think about it: what happens when you plant a seed? You can't force it to grow faster. You can't dig it up every day to check on it. You have to trust that beneath the soil, things are happening that you can't see. Growth is taking place. Eventually, that seed will break through the surface and blossom into something beautiful. But if you rush the process, if you try to force the seed to grow before it's ready, you'll only harm it. The same is true for your life. What seeds are you planting right now? Are you giving them time to grow, or are you constantly trying to dig them up, to force them to blossom before they're ready? This is one of the dangers of bending reality too fast. You might be able to manipulate things in the short term, but if your foundation isn't strong, if the roots haven't had time to grow deep, you'll find that the new reality you've created quickly falls apart. Patience also allows for something incredibly important: integration. When you start to manifest new opportunities, new experiences, and new realities, your energy needs time to integrate those changes. If you shift too fast, you might not have the emotional or spiritual capacity to handle what you've created. This is why so many people who experience rapid success end up feeling overwhelmed, lost, or even depressed. They haven't taken the time to integrate their new reality into their being. Let me ask you this: are you truly prepared for the reality you're trying to create? Are you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually aligned with the version of yourself who lives in that reality? Because if you're not, and you bend reality too fast, you'll find yourself in a situation where you've created external success but feel internally misaligned. This is why we see so many people who seem to have it all: money, fame, power, yet they're unhappy or unfulfilled. They bent reality too fast without doing the inner work required to sustain it. This brings us to another key point: bending reality isn't just about getting what you want, it's about becoming the person who can sustain what you've created. This is where the balance between patience and power comes into play. Yes, you have the power to manifest incredible things. But if you don't have the patience to allow yourself to grow into the person who can handle those things, you'll sabotage your own success. Here's a practical example. Let's say you want to bend reality to create financial abundance. You start using manifestation techniques. You visualize wealth. You affirm that money is flowing to you, and maybe it does. Maybe you suddenly receive a large amount of money. But what happens if you don't have the financial discipline to manage it? What happens if your mindset is still rooted in lack and fear? You might find that the money slips through your fingers as quickly as it came. The external reality shifted, but your internal reality didn't catch up. This is why inner alignment is everything. Before you try to bend reality in a big way, ask yourself, am I energetically, emotionally, and spiritually aligned with the reality I'm trying to create? If the answer is no, then rushing into it will only create more chaos. But if the answer is yes, then you can trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force. You simply need to align with the energy of what you want and let the universe handle the rest. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. What would your life look like if you slowed down? If you trusted the timing of the universe? If you allowed yourself to grow into the person who can truly handle the reality you desire? The balance between patience and power is the key to bending reality in a way that is not only sustainable but also fulfilling. When you slow down, you give yourself the space to align, to integrate, and to truly enjoy the process of manifesting your dreams. And in doing so, you'll find that reality bends in ways that are more profound, more meaningful, and more powerful than you could have ever imagined. If you've ever tried to bend reality quickly, you've probably noticed that while it might work in the short term, there's often an unexpected price to pay. These hidden costs can manifest in ways you never anticipated emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even physically. It's like trying to hold onto water with your bare hands. The harder you grasp, the more it slips away. So, let's explore what really happens when you're not ready for the shift you're trying to create. The first hidden cost of bending reality too fast is energetic fragmentation. You see, when you force a shift in your external reality without doing the inner work, your energy gets fragmented. Imagine your energy field as a web, with all the strands connected and working together harmoniously. When you try to bend reality too fast, you pull on certain strands of that web without strengthening the others. This causes a kind of energetic imbalance. Parts of your life may accelerate, but other parts like your emotional health, relationships, or spiritual growth lag behind, creating a sense of disconnection or chaos. Have you ever felt like you were being pulled in a million different directions, like your life was moving too fast for you to keep up? That's the result of energetic fragmentation. You've shifted your external circumstances before your internal self was ready, and now you're struggling to hold it all together. This is why it's so important to integrate your shifts slowly. Your energy needs time to adjust, to realign itself with the new reality you're creating. If you don't allow for this integration process, you'll always feel like you're running to catch up with your life. Let me ask you this: have you ever achieved something you thought would make you happy, only to feel empty or disconnected once you got it? That's a sign that your energy wasn't fully aligned with the shift. You bent reality too fast, and the result was an external change that didn't match your internal state. This is a common experience for people who manifest success, fame, or wealth without first doing the inner work. They find themselves feeling hollow, as though something is missing, because the external reality doesn't resonate with their internal energy. The second hidden cost of bending reality too fast is emotional overwhelm. When you shift your external circumstances too quickly, your emotional body often can't keep up. Emotions are powerful, and they need time to process and adjust to new realities. If you rush the process, you may find yourself overwhelmed by feelings of anxiety, fear, or even depression, despite the fact that you've achieved what you wanted. This is why so many people who achieve rapid success or sudden life changes experience emotional burnout. Their emotions haven't had time to catch up with their new reality. Think of your emotions as water in a river. If the river flows too fast, it can cause erosion, wearing away the banks and creating damage over time. But if the river flows at a steady pace, it nourishes the land around it, allowing life to flourish. Your emotions need time to flow naturally. When you try to bend reality too fast, you create an emotional current that's too strong, and it can erode your sense of peace, balance, and stability. Let's reflect for a moment. Are you emotionally prepared for the reality you're trying to create? If the answer is no, then bending reality too fast will only lead to emotional chaos. But if you take the time to align your emotions with your desires, you'll find that the shift happens more smoothly, with less resistance and more joy. The third hidden cost is spiritual disconnection. When you're focused on bending reality quickly, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. You may become so fixated on achieving your goals or manifesting your desires that you forget the real purpose of your spiritual journey. Bending reality isn't just about getting what you want, it's about aligning your life with your highest purpose and truth. But when you rush the process, you can end up disconnected from that purpose. Have you ever felt like you were chasing something, only to realize later that it wasn't what you truly wanted? That's the result of spiritual disconnection. You were trying to bend reality to fit your ego's desires rather than aligning with your soul's purpose. And the more you chase after external validation, whether it's success, love, or recognition, the more disconnected you become from your true self. Here's the thing: your soul knows the right timing for everything. It knows when you're ready for the shift, and it knows when you need more time to grow. When you try to bend reality too fast, you're essentially telling your soul, "I don't trust you. I want what I want, and I want it now." This creates a dissonance between your ego and your soul, leading to feelings of frustration, confusion, and even despair. Let me ask you this: are you chasing after something because you think it will make you happy, or are you aligning with what your soul truly desires? This is a question that goes to the core of your spiritual journey. If you're trying to bend reality to meet the expectations of others, or to fulfill society's definition of success, you'll always feel disconnected. But if you align with your soul's purpose, the process of bending reality becomes effortless and harmonious. The fourth hidden cost of bending reality too fast is physical exhaustion. When your internal alignment isn't in sync with your external shifts, your physical body pays the price. You may experience fatigue, illness, or physical symptoms that seem to come out of nowhere. This happens because your body is trying to keep up with the energetic and emotional shifts you're forcing upon it. Your body is the vessel through which your soul experiences reality, and if you push it too hard, it will eventually break down. Have you ever noticed how your physical health is affected by your emotional and spiritual state? When you're out of alignment, your body starts to show signs, whether it's chronic fatigue, headaches, or even more serious health issues. This is why it's so important to listen to your body as you go through the process of bending reality. Your body will tell you when you're moving too fast. If you're experiencing physical symptoms, it's a sign that you need to slow down and allow your energy to integrate. Let's pause and reflect. Are you taking care of your physical body as you work to bend reality? Are you giving yourself enough rest, nourishment, and self-care? If you're pushing yourself too hard, your body will eventually push back, and that can create a whole new set of challenges. The hidden costs of bending reality too fast are real, and they can have long-lasting effects on your emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being. But here's the good news: you don't have to pay these costs. When you approach the process of reality bending with patience, trust, and alignment, you can create the life you desire without sacrificing your peace, your health, or your spiritual connection. Let's wrap up this part with a deep question: what price are you willing to pay to bend reality, and is it worth it? Are you willing to sacrifice your emotional well-being, your spiritual alignment, or your physical health just to get what you think you want? Or are you willing to slow down, trust the process, and allow the universe to bring you what is truly meant for you in perfect timing? We've explored the hidden costs of bending reality too fast, the fragmentation of your energy, emotional overwhelm, spiritual disconnection, and physical exhaustion. Now, let's talk about how you can bend reality in a way that is sustainable, harmonious, and aligned with your highest self. Because the truth is, you can shift your reality, but it needs to be done in a way that doesn't break you, burn you out, or leave you feeling lost. First, let's revisit a key principle: alignment is everything. Bending reality is not about forcing external circumstances to change according to your will. It's about aligning your inner state, your thoughts, emotions, energy, and actions with the reality you want to experience. When you're aligned, the external world naturally begins to shift to match your internal frequency. There's no need to push or force; the changes happen organically, like a flower blooming in its own time. Think about this: what if you could create your ideal reality not through effort and struggle, but through ease and flow? This is the essence of sustainable reality shifting. It's not about manipulating the outer world, it's about cultivating the inner world so powerfully that the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. But how do you actually do this? How do you bend reality in a way that's sustainable and doesn't lead to the hidden costs we discussed? The first step is to slow down and listen to your inner guidance. Your soul is constantly communicating with you through your intuition, your emotions, and even your body. But when you're in a rush to bend reality, it's easy to drown out that inner voice. You become so focused on the outcome that you forget to tune in to the wisdom that's available to you in every moment. Sustainable reality shifting begins with listening. Take time each day to connect with your inner self through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. Ask yourself, what is my soul trying to tell me? What do I need to align with today? Often, the answers you receive will be subtle. You might feel a nudge to take a break, to rest, or to focus on healing an unresolved emotion. Or you might feel the urge to take a bold action that feels aligned with your higher self. Whatever guidance you receive, trust that it's leading you toward the reality you desire, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. Let me ask you this: do you trust your inner guidance enough to follow it, even when it's asking you to slow down or take a detour? This is where many people struggle. They're so focused on the destination that they ignore the signs along the way. But those signs are crucial. They're guiding you toward the path of least resistance, the path where reality bends effortlessly, without the need for struggle or sacrifice. The second step to sustainable reality shifting is to focus on who you are becoming, not just what you want to achieve. Too often, people get caught up in the external results, money, success, relationships, without considering whether they're truly becoming the person who can sustain those results. But here's the thing: your reality is a reflection of who you are, not just what you want. If you want to bend reality in a sustainable way, you need to focus on evolving into the version of yourself who naturally attracts and sustains the reality you desire. Ask yourself, who do I need to become in order to live the life I dream of? This is not about changing who you are at your core, it's about expanding into the highest version of yourself. If you want financial abundance, for example, it's not enough to just visualize money in your bank account. You need to become the person who has a healthy relationship with money, who manages it wisely, who feels worthy of abundance. If you want a fulfilling relationship, it's not enough to just manifest a partner. You need to become the person who can sustain a deep, loving connection, someone who is emotionally available, who communicates openly, who loves themselves fully. The third step is to embrace the process of growth and healing. Bending reality isn't just about creating what you want, it's about healing the parts of you that are out of alignment with your desires. This is where sustainable reality shifting requires deep inner work. You need to look at the beliefs, patterns, and wounds that are keeping you stuck in your current reality. This can be uncomfortable, but it's essential. You can't create a new reality from the same old energy. You need to clear the blocks that are preventing you from fully stepping into your desired reality. This might mean healing past traumas, letting go of limiting beliefs, or forgiving yourself and others. It might mean facing your fears and stepping outside of your comfort zone. But here's the beautiful part: every time you heal, you become more aligned with the reality you want to create. Your energy becomes lighter, your frequency rises, and the universe responds by bringing you opportunities, people, and experiences that match your new vibration. Let me ask you, what parts of yourself need to be healed in order for you to step into the reality you desire? Are there limiting beliefs that are holding you back? Are there old wounds that need to be released? The more willing you are to do the inner work, the more effortlessly reality will bend in your favor. The fourth and final step is to surrender and trust the timing of the universe. This is perhaps the most difficult step for many people, especially those who are used to controlling and forcing outcomes. But here's the truth: the universe operates in divine timing, and that timing is always perfect. When you try to bend reality too fast, you're essentially saying, I don't trust the timing of the universe. I want things to happen on my timeline. But when you surrender, you open yourself up to the flow of life. You allow the universe to bring you what you desire in the most harmonious and aligned way possible. Surrender doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means releasing the need to control how and when they happen. It means trusting that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when things seem to be moving slowly. When you surrender, you create space for miracles to unfold. You allow the universe to surprise you with outcomes that are even better than what you imagined. Let me leave you with one final question. What reality are you ready to bend into existence? And are you willing to do it in a way that honors your soul's growth, your emotional well-being, and the divine timing of the universe? The power is within you. The choice is yours. Will you rush the process, or will you trust that everything you desire is already on its way, in perfect timing, aligned with your highest self? Thank you for being here, for listening, and for trusting in the journey. The universe is always conspiring in your favor. All you need to do is align, trust, and allow the magic to unfold.